Hi, I'm Lawson. I'm a content creator. I have content on Substack.com, a newsletter. I post on WordPress.com. I post on sometimes on Medium, and of course I have podcasts and I have my YouTube videos. If you Google my name, Lawson Wallace, and look for my picture, you find links to all my content and platforms. I appreciate you watching, engaging, and sharing. Helps me a lot. I've been labeled. I was labeled at a young age as being slow and being brain damaged. And that's what my parents were told at the time. That was the conventional. But of course, things have changed, and it's more research, and people understand more about the brain and stuff. I don't know if I'm brain damaged so much as brain different. Uh, I was tested in Minneapolis, and the neuropsychologist says, your brain's just different. It's just wired different. And I think different. I just think different than other people. I just think differently. And and the part of the problem is, and one of the things about that is, I have to think about everything I say and do. If I try to be too spontaneous, bad things happen, or bad things get said, or you know, I just have to. I have to be slow and deliberate. It drives my wife insane because she'll ask me a question, and if I don't answer it fast enough, she freaks out. It's because I got to think about the answer. It takes a while for information to go into my brain and get processed. A minute or two, sometimes. A few heartbeats. Now, that irritates people, but if you frame it in a different way, if I'm allowed to think before I speak, there's less chances that I'm going to say something inappropriate or say something hurtful. And the world needs more of that right now, because people just say and type anything, post anything online they want to post, say anything they want to say, and then they don't understand why there's blowback and why people are hurt and don't want to be around them, or try to cancel them. And part of that is people are just too overly sensitive. Just because they have feelings doesn't mean having your feelings hurt. That's just part of life. I mean, every school kid learns that they're going to get their feelings hurt. They get out of it. Part of this people just don't want to be adults. Instead of just do like we did back in the day, just shrug it off. Well, my feelings are hurt, big deal. And they get on with their life. Now the world doesn't revolve around any individual, you, me, or anybody. But getting back to being deliberate and thinking about what you're saying, there's a lot of benefits to that. There's a lot of, I don't think people think enough. I mean, our president would have a lot easier time if he just quit flying off the handle and just saying whatever comes into his brain. self-restraint is a good thing. So I'm not slow, I'm deliberate. I think about everything. I try to think about everything I say and do. I consider the ramifications most of the time. And of course there are times where I just want to pop off just to burn things down. You know, I'm human. I have my quirks and foibles and like everybody else. So just think about it. You know, you don't have to say everything that comes into your mind. You don't have to express anger all the time. And you don't have to make rash decisions. Just, you know, the more important the decision, the more time you have to focus on it. Like I made a rash decision to leave Florida just like I did, just up and leave. It seemed like the right idea at the time, but obviously maybe it wasn't. So just consider consequences, think before you act, and think before you speak. And if you say something that riles somebody up, be prepared to defend it once you say it. And don't let. And I've learned from being online like this is I just quit caring what people think. You know, if I hurt their feelings, so what? You know. But that's a choice I made, and I face the consequences for that, and I accept it. So, thank you for watching. Please leave suggestions of what you want me to talk about, and I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good day.